Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Om Ajnantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
We welcome all the devotees for the seminar on the life of Bharat Maharaj, third day, last day of the seminar. So last 2 days we discussed how Bharat Maharaj, the son of Lord Rishabhdev, he got attached to a deer, even though he was on a very advanced platform of spiritual life. And next life he became deer. And he still had the memory of his last life. So very carefully he avoided what other deers do normally and stayed outside the ashram of devotees, completely absorbed in Krishna. Then after leaving the deer body, he was born in the family of a Brahmana. And now Bharat Maharaj was already realized, self-realized. So he acted like a deaf, dumb, foolish person, retarded person, so that nobody gets attracted to make a relationship with him. And he doesn't get any friend request on his Facebook. So he has no relations, no attachments, no connections, and is completely absorbed in Krishna. After his father passed away, his stepbrothers didn't take care of him properly, and they would make him do laborious tasks and feed him all bad grains or stale food. But he never complained, because he knew I am not his body. So much so that one day the leader of robbers wanted to sacrifice, human sacrifice, cut him, kill him in front of Mother Kali, and he didn't protest. He accepted, he said, whatever Krishna wants to do, I am not his body. He didn't resist, he didn't protest, he didn't object, he didn't fight, he didn't defend, he didn't complain, he didn't seek help, he didn't cry. That's amazing. Complete neutral. And when they were about to kill Jad Bharat, Mother Kali appeared from the deity, seeing a pure Vaishnava being killed in front of her. She couldn't adjust that. And she took the sword and cut all the robbers. Later one day, the king of that area, Bharat Maharaj, he was going on a journey in a palanquin. And the palanquin was carried by some servants. And when they came in that village, one of the servants couldn't continue. So they need a replacement. So the king's servants went in the village to search for somebody else. And they found Jad Bharat. Strong, stout, young, muscular. They thought he is a good man. He can perform. He can serve our king. And they called him. And he agreed. And he was one among the four or eight, whatever, with the palanquin on his shoulder. And they were walking. Now Jad Bharat had a very deep sense of non-violence. So when he was walking, he was very careful not to step on ants. So every time an ant comes, he will jump. Or he will pause. Or he put a step where there are no ants. So it was not a straight direction. And you know what happens to the passenger. So King Raugan was getting that disturbance, that vibrations, that jumps. And he was not comfortable. So he got angry. And he chastised and scolded all the servants. He said, "How are you carrying this palanquin? I am not comfortable." His anger was born out of his mode of ignorance and his false ego. Anger is born out of unfulfilled desires, unfulfilled lust. Each one of us has pure love for Krishna. But when we come to Perth, that love converts to lust. Becomes contaminated with mode of passion. Love means performing activities to please Krishna. And lust means performing activities to please myself. Lust means intense desire to enjoy anything. If a child has intense desire for ice cream, it is called lust for ice cream. Boy has an intense desire for iPhone, it is lust for iPhone. If a male and a female have intense desire to come in contact with each other, it is sexual lust. So intense desire to enjoy is lust. And when I have intense desire to enjoy, I can't keep quiet, I can't sleep at night. So will I put effort to fulfill that desire? That effort is called karma, action. Effort to fulfill lust, to fulfill intense desire. So if a child has lust for ice cream, child will do karma. What karma? Will go to father and say, "Purchase me ice cream." That is child's karma. If a man has desire for ice cream, he will work and earn money and purchase ice cream. That is his karma. So karma is material activity performed for fulfilling material desires under the three modes, under the time factor. So when we do karma, there are two possibilities. Either we will be successful or will not be successful. Either father will give ice cream or father will not give ice cream. If father doesn't give ice cream, the child says, okay, no problem. No. The child raises his volume, cries with tears in the eyes, bangs his head on the floor. I want ice cream. Why? Because the desire is intense. So cannot keep quiet. So the child becomes angry. When lust is not fulfilled, it converts to anger, a mode of ignorance. And anger is danger. When anger is on, intelligence is off. There is a circuit inside. When anger is on, intelligence is off. A person cannot decide right or wrong. Will speak in high volume, will use bad language, will disrespect elders, will commit violence, and then send a sorry message. So anger is good? No. So better lust is fulfilled. If the child gets ice cream, he smiles. All the tears go back in the eyes. And what does he say? Daddy, thank you very much. No, he says, Daddy, one more. That is called greed. When lust is not fulfilled, it becomes anger. And when lust is fulfilled, it becomes greed. The more I have, the more I want. That is greed. And what does Krishna say about these three? Lust, anger, greed. Motorways to hell. No traffic jam. No traffic lights. No speed breakers. Straight hell. Narak ke dwar, gateways to hell. But the story doesn't end here. If my friend gets ice cream and I don't get, that lust becomes envy, jealousy. He has, I don't have. And if I get ice cream and my friend doesn't get, that lust becomes pride. I have, he doesn't have. And he falls further into illusion, forgetting his identity. So these six, lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion, are dirty things, anarthas. Anartha, artha means profit, anartha means no profit. What should you do with non-profitable items? Trash it. We store it. We keep it to be used in the future. That's foolishness. And that's why we are suffering in life. That's why we are performing sinful activities. Because we are storing these anarthas. We are storing envy inside, so we can't be happy when others around us are happy. We are storing pride inside, so we can't make friendship with others because I am better. How can I make friend with somebody who is not good? So these six anarthas are six dirty things and one should clean them. And that's the process of Cheto Darpana Marjanam. Krishna consciousness, chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. No other organization will tell you to clean. Your school, your college, your university, your office will tell you to increase them. Your political leaders, your businessmen, your scientists, your doctors, your lawyers, they will tell you to increase them. Only ISKCON is telling you to clean them. Only Krishna consciousness is the solution. So born out of mode of ignorance, King Raghugun, thinking I am the king, he became angry. How can they treat their king like this? And he chastised his servants. His servants were afraid that he will punish us. So they told, my dear king, we all are carrying the palanquin perfectly. Only this new man, his neophyte, Kanishta, he doesn't know how to carry palanquin. He's jumping and he doesn't keep his legs straight. And when we are walking, he pauses in between. So because of him, this is happening. Maharaj Raghugun understood the situation. And he saw Jad Bharat, who was unkept, not taken bath, wearing a sacred thread which has become black, but very strong, stout, muscular, young, firm body. It's like which is or source of light which is covered by black cloth, so doesn't look like effulgent. He's a devotee, Mahabhagavat, but covered like this. So Maharaj Raghugun, out of his mode of ignorance, not identifying a great devotee of Krishna, he spoke to him very sarcastically. He told Jad Bharat, my dear brother, I see you are very fatigued by carrying this palanquin alone. Your old body is not able to handle this weight. I see you are so skinny, so thin. You are so old and feeble. You are not at all strong and stout, but still you have to carry this burden. He went on criticizing him in a very sarcastic way. In a very contradictory way he was speaking. Actually he is not old, but he was telling him he is old. Actually he is stout, but he is telling him you are thin. Very sarcastically he spoke to him and chastised him. So again the journey continued, but this sarcasm and chastisement had no effect on Jad Bharat. He continued carrying the palanquin in the same erratic way, jumping when the ants are coming, not going straight, pausing in between. Maharaj Raghugun was not used to discomfort and not used to a bigger discomfort of somebody not listening to him. He got very angry. He said, how can somebody not listen to the king? He stopped the palanquin and chastised Jad Bharat. He said, you rascal. Just as Yamaraj punishes people who commit sinful activity, I will punish you like this if you do this again. I am your king. I am your master. You are my subject. And it's your duty to give me comfort and serve me. I chastise you, still you are behaving in the same way? What a fool you are. He chastised him with words which he should not have used, with very contradictory terms, very angry mood. But none of this affected Jad Bharat. And then Jad Bharat spoke very humbly and politely. And he spoke to him. He said, Maharaj, you are correct. You are absolutely correct when you spoke that I am not fat. because the soul is neither fat nor thin. You are correct when you said, I am not strong and stout, because the soul is neither strong nor stout. You are correct when you said that I am not having this burden, because this palanquin is burden on the shoulder of the body and soul has nothing to do with the body. You are correct when you say that I am old. Sorry, I am not old. I am not young. Because the soul is neither old nor young. Only the body is old and young. You are correct when you said, I am not taking trouble. Because this journey is not mine, this palanquin is not mine. The trouble is of the body, but I am not this body, I am the soul. So there is no trouble for the soul carrying this palanquin, because the palanquin is on the shoulder of the body and not the soul. You said you are king and I am your servant and you are my master. But Maharaj, this is temporary. Who knows, tomorrow I will be the master and you will be the servant. Because nothing is permanent. This is temporary designation of the body. You are making the body's temporary designation as permanent labels. And he went on. And Maharaj Raghukun realized, this is not an ordinary person. He is speaking Atma Tattva. He is speaking on the platform of soul. Not just speaking by his speech, I can understand. He has realized that because he is not getting affected and angry when I am chastising him. A sadhu is known when he speaks, as well as a fool is known when he speaks. Don't judge by dress and by address. Somebody's dress might be saffron dhoti kurta and somebody's address might be ISKCON or Gaudiya Math or Haridwar or Vrindavan. But that's not sufficient to identify a sadhu. A sadhu is identified by his qualities, which is visible in his behavior and speech. The most important association with a sadhu is association with Vani, his speech, which expresses his realizations, and his behavior. He walks his talk. That is a perfect sadhu who walks his talk, who talks about spiritual life, Krishna consciousness, Srimad Bhagavatam, and who talks and walks in the same. He talks Bhagavatam and walks Bhagavatam. Pustak Bhagavat and Purush Bhagavat. Book Bhagavat and person Bhagavat. Sadhu is one who is personally Bhagavat because he follows Bhagavat. He is a person Bhagavat because he follows the book Bhagavat. That is a perfect person to seek guidance. The perfect person to surrender our life and offer service. Hare Krishna. Please come. That's a perfect person. A sadhu has only one thing, that is Shastra. And that Shastra is part of his tongue and behavior. And by that he can help us. A sadhu uses sharp words which are bitter, because truth is bitter. And those sharp words can cut the illusion in our heart. Just like a surgeon uses sharp knife and sharp medical instruments to cut the infection in our body and cure us. We can't say, I don't want this surgeon. He has very sharp knife. I want a surgeon with soft hand. No. If you find such a surgeon, he is your enemy, not your friend. If you find a sadhu who is very sweet spoken, he is not your friend. He should be truth spoken, not sweet spoken. Don't search for sweet speech, search for truth. But of course, as per the audience, जोर का धक्का धीरे लगाना चाहिए. A sadhu should know that tact to repair, not break a person. The sadhu should not be trained or skillful in sweet speech. That is not his USP. His USP should be truth. He should be truth speaker. And that's only possible when he is not dependent on anybody but Krishna. As soon as somebody I am dependent on, I cannot speak truth to that person because it will compromise the reciprocation. I will not get puri, halwa, paneer, or garland, or obeisances, or disciples, or followers, or likes, or envelopes, or dakshinas, or bread pakoda, or whatever. So better may speak so that he is happy. That is not a sadhu. So the sharp instruments of a surgeon cuts the infection. So sharp words of the sadhu cuts the illusion in our heart. In front of sadhu we cannot speak lies, so our illusions come out. And then he uses a sharp word and cuts them. So sadhu is identified by his speech and walk his talk, by his behavior. If he judged by the shoes and the hairstyle and the clothing and whether the tilak is parallel line or not and whether the kurta is ironed or not, then we are searching for a wrong person. So Jad Bharat is unkept, wearing only kopi, not taken bath since many days, heavy beard, dirt on his body, black sacred thread, carrying palanquin erratically. But when he spoke, Maharaj Raghukund was fortunate to understand this is a self-realized soul. He immediately jumped from his palanquin and paid full Dandvat Pranam and touched his feet. And he panicked. And he begged forgiveness. Please forgive me. I offended you. I insulted you. I abused you. I spoke sarcastically to you. I was angry to you. I called myself master and yourself servant. Please forgive me and please tell me your identity. Who are you? You are walking in the human society as deaf, dumb, foolish fellow. But I can see you are a very self-realized master. Are you Kapil Muni's avatar? Because the knowledge he spoke was on the platform of soul. Or are you follower of Narad Muni or four Kumaras or some great demigod? Who are you? Please forgive me. Please make me your disciple and give me Atma Tattva Gyan. Please tell me whose shelter I should take. And how should I become self-realized like you? At the same time, whatever you have spoken is nectarian. But I didn't understand anything. I am very confused when you say this burden is not of the soul but the body. But isn't the soul feel pain and pleasure when the body undergoes changes? When you say, I may not be your king and you may not be my servant, but isn't it today I am the king? And isn't it my duty to engage all of you in proper employment? And if somebody doesn't employ, then isn't it my duty to punish him? If I don't punish, will it not be sinful activity? If I don't give employment, will it not be my sinful activity? And he went on asking questions about what he spoke, which any person will think, wow, this is also correct. You say you are not this body, but whatever happens to the body affects you. How can you be isolated? And he went on speaking very nicely. Jad Bharat heard the whole thing and he got ready to answer him. And told, my dear Maharaj Raghukun, after hearing your speech, I can realize you are fool number one. That's what Krishna told Arjuna. Arjuna spoke very big things. But Krishna told you are fool number one. When Jad Bharat spoke, Raghukun realized he is self-realized person. Sadhu is known by speech. And when Maharaj Raghukun spoke, he understood he is fool number one. A fool is also realized when he speaks. A fool may wear 3-piece suit, that doesn't mean he is not a fool. He may be in a car, Mercedes Benz, with suit and boot, and a mobile, or maybe some position in a corporate world. But if he doesn't know the goal of his life, he is a fool number one. Intelligent means one should know the goal of life, not solve some material problems or computational problems or analytical ability or engineering ability. That's not intelligence. Intelligence is to know the goal of life. Once I gave a class to all the senior engineers of ISKCON. You heard of ISKCON? They built a whole city called New Mumbai, Navi Mumbai. They are organization which build cities. New Mumbai is a planned city. So their general manager was also an engineer. He invited me. So there's a big auditorium in Belapur. And I spoke about intelligence and mind. And how the definition of intelligence is when the goal of life is serving Krishna. Otherwise you are fool. Same thing. So devotees here, they accept. Non-devotees will not accept this. So the general manager at the question answer said, I have engineers which can solve big problems of the city in 5 minutes. Common people cannot even understand those problems. It may be traffic issues, it may be drainage issues, it may be water pipes. City level, there are big issues. Disaster management. And how can you say they are not intelligent? I told him intelligence doesn't mean analytical ability of solving problems. And I told him, okay, let me take a very simple test of intelligence. How many of your engineers smoke cigarette? He said, most of them. I said, cigarette smoking causes cancer. Are they aware? He said, yes. He said, if you know something is going to cause cancer, still you do it, are you intelligent or foolish? Simple. Suppose somebody comes to a glass of juice. Juice causing cancer. Will you drink? No. But smoking? Happy. The same thing. You go as a guest to somebody's house, he gives a glass of water and there's one small dust particle in that glass. Will that person take that glass? No, get me fresh water, get me pure water. I can't drink this, there is dust particle here. And what is in your pocket then? It's something more than dust particle, it's tobacco, it's cigarette, it's cancer-causing chemicals. So it is intelligence, it is foolish. foolish society, hypocrite society. Early morning you go to the park for a walk and you see a man with a dog. And you take a very small pebble and throw at the dog. What will man do? Angry on you. Hey, why you are eating stone to a dog? And after half an hour in breakfast, you will have meat. Stone not allowed, knife allowed. Cutting animal for eating is allowed, but stone you don't throw. What is this hypocrisy? This is the present society. You call this intelligence? Third class. This is not intelligence. Intellect is knowing the goal of life. Intellect is servant of Krishna. So Judge Bharat said, Maharaj Raghugun, you are fool number one. You are talking as an experienced person. But my experience says that you have no experience. You are on bodily concept of life. Body and soul, there is a difference. And whatever you are speaking is of the body. Soul has nothing to do with this material world. And he went on in great lengths to explain how body is different from the soul. And he explained in the 24 elements. Are we aware of the 24 elements? Where is water? There are 24 elements, 5 gross elements: earth, water, fire, air, ether. 5 senses: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. 5 objects of the senses: form, sound, smell, taste, touch. 5 working senses: hands, legs, mouth, genitals, anus. 3 subtle elements: mind, intelligence, false ego. And 1 Mahat Tattva, aggregate of everything. 24 elements. This is material world, Prakriti. Aware? 24 elements? Should I repeat?
Yes.
Should somebody repeat?
Yes.
Who will go ahead? Raise your hand. 24 elements. Yes, Mataji.
There are 5 gross elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. Then 5 sense objects, or we can talk about the 5 sense organs first: ear, skin, eyes, tongue, and nose. Then 5 sense objects: sound, touch, form, taste, and odor, smell. Then 3 subtle elements: mind, intelligence, and false ego. And then the combined of 3 is the 4. Combined of mind.
No, it's combined of everything. But you gave the 5 working senses?
5 working senses: arms, legs, speech organs, genitals.
Okay, very nice, thank you. Next, without seeing. It's easy, we will help you out. 5 gross, yeah Mataji.
हिंदी में प्रभु।
हाँ हिंदी में बोलिए।
पृथ्वी जल अग्नि वायु आकाश, मन बुद्धि अहंकार, सूक्ष्म, रूप रस गंध स्पर्श, शब्द रूप रस गंध स्पर्श, और कर्मेंद्रिय हाथ पैर, जीवा मुख, और जनेंद्रिय
मुख
मुख, और तो मल कर्मेंद्रिय, ज्ञानेंद्रिय आँख, नाक, कान, त्वचा, जीवा, और सूक्ष्म मन बुद्धि अहंकार
और एक महत्व।
महत्व।
शाबाश, वेरी नाइस। थैंक यू माता। नेक्स्ट। यस माता जी।
Five elements: air, ether, water, fire, earth. And five senses: eyes, ears, mouth, nose, and skin. Five
Not mountain.
tongue,
Yeah.
skin. Five objects. Eyes can see, so form, sound, taste, smell, and touch. Five object acquiring senses.
Working sense.
Working senses: hand, leg, genital, anus, and mouth.
Mouth.
And three: mind, intelligence, and ego, false ego. And 24th one is matter.
Shabash, very nice. Next. Yes, Adit.
Gross elements are earth, water, fire, ether, and air. And senses are sense organs are tongue, eyes, nose, ear, and skin. And senses are taste, smell, sound, touch, and form. And then working senses, कर्मेंद्रिय are hands, legs, mouth, and genitals and anus. And then three elements are mind, subtle elements are mind, intelligence, and false ego, and last, the aggregate is Mahatattva.
Right, very nice. Okay, I have to give class also. But it's very nice, please learn them, understand them. So 24 elements, this is whole material world. And about 24 element is time, 25th, or soul. Sometimes soul is 25th, time is 26th. And Bhagwan, Paramatma, Krishna, 27. There is nothing else. So the soul is different from this body. Body is made of 24 elements. Soul is 25th, separate. Soul is conscious. These 24 are not conscious. And they have no compatibility. Soul has nothing to do with anything made of 24 elements. So they explain to Jadbharat, the body is made of this gross body is made of these 5 gross elements and contains the 5 working and 5 knowledge acquiring senses, and the subtle body is made of mind, intelligence, false ego. The soul is not Rahugun, the soul is not king. Your false ego is thinking that you are the king, and because you are a false identity that I am the king, your mind is telling you you are the master, and your intelligence is working hard to fulfill your condition as a master. The soul is not a king. The soul is not a boy and a girl. The soul gives, the false ego gives false identity. And based on that false identity, the mind gives a list of desires or objects required. And intelligence works hard to fulfill those objects or desires or to procure those objects. So if somebody's false ego says, I am boy, the mind will make a list. The list will have football, bat, jeans, shoes, bike, car, or girlfriend, iPhone, Same soul goes into a girl body. And the false ego gives false identity, I am girl. Then the same mind will have a new list. Maybe sari, or lipstick, or bangles, or jewelry, or whatever, purse, sandal, boyfriend, money, whatever. The false ego says, I am manager. Then the list will be different. Cabin, laptop, secretary, car, project, subordinate, team members, designation. I am a cleaner in the office. Then the list will be mop, broom, dustbin, empty office, nobody in between to clean. So what the false identity comes from false ego, mind makes a list. Even in Krishna consciousness, I am a kirtaniya. So then the list will be mridang, kartal, invitation to sing, audience, good sound system. I am a preacher. Then the list will be invitation to speak, Vyasasan, audience, question answers, obeisances, garlands, dakshina. I am a temple president or I am a guru. Then the list will be new disciples, trained disciples, good cooks, etc., etc. It's all false identity. We are not kirtaniya, we are not pujari, we are not preacher. We are servants of Krishna. We are not manager, doctor, lawyer, mother, father, Indian, Australian. We are servants of Krishna. That is real identity. So false identity gives mind a list. And intelligence works hard to fulfill that list. It's all nonsense. Mind produces desires and intelligence takes decisions. And they always fight. Mind is a thought generating machine, keeps on generating thoughts and desires based on input received from the senses. You know what is a block diagram? So this whole system is a block diagram. The first block is body, second block is mind, third block is intelligence. And body has 5 inputs, like a system has 5 inputs. They are called the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. 5 senses are the 5 inputs. Without inputs, the system cannot work. Imagine you have a very good computer, but no mouse, no keyboard, no touch screen. What will you do with it? You cannot give an input. So what will it process? So this system requires 5 senses. If you are alive and all 5 senses are not working, that life will be no life. So these 5 senses, they give input. They take the data from the world outside. Call it sense data. So suppose there's ice cream on this chair for everybody. So ice cream is available. How will you know? Your eyes, they will gather the input. Ice cream available. And the input will go to the mind. Mind will process it and come into the output. What is the output? Desire. And what is the desire? Eat ice cream. But mind cannot go out and eat. Mind can only produce desire. So mind's output is intelligence input. Second block goes to third block. So mind's desire, eat ice cream, becomes input to our intelligence. And intelligence has to decide now whether to eat or not, whether to accept the proposal of the mind or not. So intelligence will respond to the mind. Don't eat now. Class is going on. Doesn't look good. But the mind doesn't stop here. Because mind has to argue with the intelligence. Mind is not under the intelligence. Mind says, look, it will melt. Once it's melt, what is the use? The intellect says, look, nobody is eating. How can you eat alone like this in the class? Mind will say, that's why I told you to sit at the back. Mind and intellect argue every day, every moment, or every desire. Who is superior? Intelligence. Who should win? But who wins? Overpowers. And a person falls. A boy walking on the street and there's a cigarette displayed in the shop. Cigarette available. This is input from the eyes to the mind. The mind produces output. Smoke cigarette. Those who smoke, they get this output. Those who don't smoke, sometimes they also get this output. Or pizza available, or ice cream available. So mind and intelligence smoke cigarette. Intelligence says, no. Smoking is injurious to health, written on the packet also. We will not smoke. Mind says just one. One will not give cancer. There is no research like that. If you smoke too many, you get cancer. One is okay. Intelligence says, yesterday also you said one and had five, you remember? We will not smoke. Mind says gentleman's promise. Last one. After this I will never say. Last. Intelligence says last 3 years you are saying last. Mind and intelligence fight like this. Who wins? The mind. And the decision is taken to smoke. And then the intelligence directs the leg to walk towards the shop, directs the tongue to request for a cigarette or maybe pick up a cigarette, directs the hand, pay the cashier, and he smokes. Mind happy, intelligence happy, tongue happy, eyes happy, everybody happy. Happy why? Because cigarette is tasty? No, happy because desire is fulfilled. There is no happiness in this world. It is the imagination when desire is fulfilled. But if intelligence is strong, then can tell the mind, no cigarette! The mind will say, okay, let's go home. So strong intelligence means should be able to shout on the mind. Then the mind listens. And that intelligence becomes strong by knowledge. What is food for intelligence? Knowledge. How does body become strong? By proper food. So intellect becomes strong by knowledge. That's where Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam come in picture. Not engineering, physics, mathematics, chemistry. They are not knowledge, they are information. Or career. Not character. For character we have ISKCON's Prabhupada books. So if mind is uncontrolled, the person keeps on lingering in the cycle of birth and death. And the soul is inside the body. King Raghuvan asked one question, that if soul is inside the body, pain and pleasure of the body, soul also pains. And Jadbhar's answer is because of attachment. If there are 10 cars outside and one stone falls in one car, who all will get affected here? My car. You get affected because of car or because of mind? Mind. Because of attachment. So same way we are attached to the body. So when body has changed, I get affected. Actually soul has nothing to do with body. But because of the attachment, the soul gets affected. We have nothing to do with the car. But because of attachment, we get affected. Somebody calls me fat and I get affected. Somebody calls me thin, I get affected. That's because of attachment. Otherwise, body has nothing to do with the soul. They are not even compatible to each other. Body is temporary, soul is permanent. Soul is Sachidanand, body is Asat, Achit, Niranand. And soul is conscious, body is not conscious. There is no compatibility at all. We'll have questions at the end.
What if you have pain and then you suffer from it?
Yeah, we'll have questions at the end. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You remember? Pinch yourself if you don't remember. Keep it in parking. So it's all because of attachment. Because of attachment we feel pain and pleasure. It's all imagination. Either it's match between two countries and I'm staying in one country and that country wins, I feel pleasure. The country which I stay doesn't win, I feel unhappy. Well, what is this? You didn't participate, you didn't do anything. My country. After death you born into the next country. The same pain converts into unhappiness. Happiness. No, my country. It's foolishness. You are not the king. You are not the master. But you are thinking you are the king. And you are exploiting in the name of that false identity that I am the king by making people carry your palanquin. Wow. He went on, Jad Bharat to Maharaj Raghugun. And Maharaj Raghugun was shocked to understand this Sankhya philosophy, to understand these 24 elements, to understand the role of controlled and uncontrolled mind in cycle of birth and death. And Maharaj Raghugun realized he was a fool number one really. All this while he was in this position as a king, thinking that I am giving employment, I am giving justice, I am giving protection. But actually I don't even know who am I. Material life is like this, it's complete zero. But somebody thinks, oh, my size is bigger because I'm a big zero. If a student in the report cards gets 0 and his friend also gets 0, but the teacher while writing makes a bigger size 0. So, look, I got bigger than you. Both 0 only. Or suppose somebody get 2-digit 0. He said, look, I got 2-digit mark. 2-digit mark. You got 1-digit mark. It's 0. So whether you have money, you have car, you have bungalow, you are president or your CEO or your businessman, it's 0 without Krishna, no value. Whether you're a big 0 or a small 0 or a 2-digit 0, you are 0. Only Krishna is hero. So Maharaj Raghugun used to think I am a hero, but now he realized that I have not started even ABCD. He felt very humble. And he said, my dear Prabhu, what you are speaking is great absolute truth. And even though I am not his body, even though I understand what you are saying, but still if somebody slaps me, I will feel pain. I can't deny that pain. So just by this hearing, I can't realize I will still be the same person. How do I realize this? How do I realize absolute truth? What is the process? That you tell me. See, this is a good question, not just theoretical knowledge. He wants to be like him. Should I give answer or? Next year we'll have retreat, right? Jad Bharat explained how to realize this absolute truth. He said, my dear Maharaj, you cannot realize absolute truth by knowledge, jnana. You cannot realize absolute truth by vairagya, renunciation. You cannot realize absolute truth by brahmacharya, celibacy. You cannot realize absolute truth by giving charity or being kind to other living entities or being non-violence or being a good brahmachari or a good grahastha. You cannot realize absolute truth by going to the forest, and you cannot realize absolute truth by performing tapasya or meditation. He made a whole list how you cannot realize. But he still didn't give answer how to realize. Then he said the only way you can realize absolute truth is Mahat Pad Raj Abhishekam. When you bathe your body with the dust of the lotus feet of a Mahatma, a pure devotee, that is the only way to realize absolute truth. In other words, you cannot realize absolute truth by your own effort. It's only received mercy. Like if at night sun is not there, what is the way to see the sun? Take a big torch? No, there is no way, always will fail. There is no way to see the sun. You can see the sun only by the mercy of the sun when the sun rises in the morning. There is no effort we can put. We just have to wait. So we just have to wait for a sadhu to bless us. Nothing else we can do. So that is the only way to realize absolute truth, by the mercy of a pure devotee of Krishna. Then the question comes, who is a pure devotee of Krishna? How do I identify? Everybody is in saffron dress or dhoti kurta or having address as some organization, religious organization. So he explains the assembly of pure devotees or assembly of a pure devotee is one in which he talks only about Krishna, nothing else. That is a pure sadhu. 24 hours he talks only about Krishna. He does only service to Krishna. There is nothing else he does. Such a pure devotee can guide us, can become our spiritual master and help us to realize absolute truth. Understand I am part and parcel of Krishna and take us back to Godhead. So one should serve a pure devotee of Krishna, one should serve Vaishnavas, and then mercy will descend on our head. The goal of life is Krishna consciousness, not to conquer a kingdom or earn wealth or earn followers or become popular or viral. No, that is not the goal. We have to cut this illusion, not continue this illusion. We are in prison. If you are in prison, the goal is to exit the prison, not make prison first class prison. But that's what we are busy in. Putting new curtains, putting new tiles, a new fan, a new color of the walls. We are busy making the prison 5-star prison. Instead of working hard to exit the prison. What kind of mentality is this? That's not an intelligent man or woman. That's not an intelligent person. This human form of life is very, very valuable. This energy, human energy, should not be wasted on things which are temporary, which will eventually destroy, which will eventually not be helpful to the soul, which will eventually be have to given up at the time of death. We should invest in something which will help us in the next life. And that's Krishna consciousness. That's not dollars. That's not house. A simple life, a simple car, a simple house, a simple cloth, a simple food is all right. We don't have to compare with others and say they have a bigger car, I should have a much bigger. They have bigger room, I should have much bigger. They have so many interests, I should have no. The goal of life should be clear. So it's okay to have a small house. It's okay to have a small car. It's okay to have a small phone. It's okay to have few cloth. It's okay not to eat paneer every day. It's okay not to have almonds. It's okay to live a simple life and a simple heart and advance in Bhakti. Rather than increasing this material wealth and other things which are like fever. If you have fever, the effort should be to reduce the fever, not increase the score. Oh, it's only 101 degree. I should have 104 degree. Not to increase. The material attachment is like fever. So it should become acute. So there is Vanaprastha life, after Grahastha life, to reduce the fever, to reduce the attachments, to reduce the sense objects, to live simply. So why to amas when you anyway want to live simply? Till the time you amas, you are already retired. So we should not have these materialistic goals. We should have noble aim of life to serve Krishna. That's the purpose. So Maharaj Raghunath understood. Then Jad Bharat went on to explain him more further by giving an example of a traveler in the forest of material enjoyment. It's a big chapter. You can please read it sometimes, I am not covering it. That how we come in the material world for some goods and we get stuck here. But we should exit. Like a businessman goes to forest to collect some honey, but he gets stuck there. He should exit the place. So we should exit this place. And Raghunath understood. And again he begged forgiveness from Jad Bharat. And Bharat Maharaj explained his past life story, that how he fell down because of his own foolishness of getting attached to a deer. And that's why he's living like a deaf and dumb fellow, so that he doesn't get attached to anybody. And there was some dissatisfaction in the heart of Jad Bharat because Raghunath had insulted him. But after begging forgiveness, his heart was peaceful. And receiving forgiveness, Maharaj Raghunath's heart was peaceful. And they both departed their ways, and eventually Jad Bharat went back to Godhead by preaching to a king. A self-realized soul, very rare to find. And if you find, then like Maharaj Raghunath, we should surrender our life and follow the instructions, and we'll go back to Godhead. So Maharaj Raghunath was so fortunate. And that way, Bharat Maharaj also went back to Godhead. And there ends the story. And there are so many lessons which we discuss. And we should incorporate these lessons in our life. Especially, don't make deer so dear. Don't make your dog or your mobile so dear. Be attached to Krishna and always practice in the association of devotees of Krishna. Prabhupada started this ISKCON society so that we come and get association. This retreat is for that purpose, so that we get association. To stay with devotees, form new friends here, make existing friendship more deeper and connections more deeper, and chant and hear nicely, get charged, so that we every day perform nice bhakti. So we should utilize this opportunity more and more. Okay? We'll end here. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. If there are any questions or comments, will you please ask? Yes, Prabhu, you had a question.
Hare Krishna.
I can't remember the context, but my question was if you have pain and then you suffer from that on your material body, what then? For example, if you have constant back pain or if you have something in your spine and you're living in pain, what can you do then without getting attached?
Well, till we are not on that platform, we take medical advice or do things which will relieve the pain.
If it doesn't help? If it doesn't help?
Go to better doctor. If nothing works, you have to tolerate anyway. Pray to Krishna. Yeah.
Prabhuji, in reference to your statement that the happiness is essentially fulfillment of desire, so when we are at the retreat, for example, or any temple festival, when we are happy, is that also our desires getting fulfilled of some sort? Or is that different?
Well, as much as we are on the platform of soul, there is real happiness that the soul is serving Krishna. And as much as we are on material platform, it's an imaginary happiness or intellectual happiness. That is, this task got fulfilled. Or yes, this was good for me. Like taking medicine. There is no taste in the medicine, but you are happy. Because one task is fulfilled for a betterment. So it's basically desire got fulfilled. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Fine.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So in reference to what you said, we have nothing to do with body and we fulfill the soul. However, we still have responsibilities towards the body. So whatever we do, the body does, has to be justified, because tomorrow if I turn up, say into a restaurant and say, it was my body who ate this for, it wasn't my soul, I have nothing to do with it, and I can't just come out without paying them, right? So body, what it does always have a consequences. So if I don't have attachment to my car or house, but I still have responsibilities towards them, so how do we balance both of them?
Well, the restaurant owner will beat your body, it will have nothing to do with you. The pain is because of attachment. Okay. On a philosophical note, that the knowledge that I am not this body is not freeing us from responsibilities till we are following Varnashram Dharma. That is Sannyas Dharma, where you are giving up your responsibilities. In Grihastha Dharma, we fulfill our responsibilities not because of attachment. We covered that yesterday, because Krishna has given us that responsibility. Just like a cashier in the bank, he counts and takes care of the cash, but he's not attached that this is my cash. But he's responsible. Or a babysitter. Babysitter takes care of the baby, but clearly knows I am not the owner. So if Krishna is the owner of the house, Krishna is owner of the car, Krishna is owner of the kids, and I am babysitting the car, the house. I am on behalf of Krishna taking care. I am doing devotional service to Krishna. So I do it nicely. That should be the attitude.
Thank you, Prabhuji. The other query was when you say, I was just curious to know, what do we take away from one birth to another in terms of knowledge? So what we acquire over here through our 24 bodily objects like ears, your mind. So what I've heard from you, I've taken away. But how would I remember that? How would I know I've carried forward that in my next birth?
So the knowledge sits in intelligence, and same mind and will go in the body, but because of change of body we forget. So it doesn't carry forward. Demigods may give us something because of our pious credits. So some skills we may get from childhood, which are practiced last life, like singing or something. But in general, material knowledge doesn't carry forward.
But the spiritual knowledge which we have...
Yeah, that very quickly gets recovered. Like in a website you have this cache memory. Cache, what is it? So when you again open the website, it opens faster. So next life when you first day come to class, whatever knowledge you had last life, till that you understand very faster in one day. It's in your cache memory. After that progress takes effort. Like that. So Krishna protects that.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
So my question is from the morning class. So like when we saw Haridas Thakur was giving a false hope to the girl that you wait until I finish my chanting. So, but as a result that girl became a devotee. So in our lives also we have some friends and family members who are non-devotees, but we want them to become devotees. So to what extent shall we go? How to make them devotees?
What extent, what should go with?
Like what should we do?
What are you doing that you are asking? What extent?
We are like...
You purchased a gun or something? We should develop nice friendship with them and bring them for programs, give them prasadam, give them books, tell them to chant. Whatever they are comfortable with and favorable to, we should encourage them to do. And if they are more favorable, we should instruct them to do as we are doing. So first is good relationship and good friendship, so they listen. And bring them to retreat. Bring them for programs and harinams and temple programs. So they will hear and meet devotees. So what worked for us will work for them also. So whatever ways we can add Krishna to their life, we should add.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
My question is, we discussed the 26 elements today, the 24 elements, and then we heard, you said there's soul and there's time. Are there very many more elements as well?
There's one more, Paramatma.
And
That's
that
all.
is all.
That's all the world is about.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
That's the better way to study. The chemistry studies, I don't know how many elements are nowadays. At that time it was 103. Now how many are there? No, there are more. So they used to study fundamental particles. First atom, then electron, neutron, proton, then fermion, boson, quartz. Now they found so many fundamental particles, they stopped using the word fundamental. They only say particle.
There's a word particle now. There's a word particle now.
That's, yeah, okay.
Can I ask it?
Yeah, go ahead.
With all the respect to Krishna and Prabhuji, you, my question is, if you said that soul and body, they are not compatible to each other, then why Krishna has, means the Supreme Personality, why he has created the world like this. Maybe it's a very awkward question, but I don't know. But why he has created the world like this, when these two things are totally incompatible to each other? The first question. And second question is, what is the Mahatattva 24th element? What is that?
Well, Krishna created this world for us to stay. And he created incompatibly for us not to stay. Why government creates prison? So those who are not good citizens, they are separated from good citizens. But then they want them to become good citizens. So they create prison not happy. So that they want to exit and rectify and come back and have a good life. So this world is a prison. Krishna has created this for us to stay. But he has created it not so good so that we don't like to stay. We rectify ourselves and go back to the spiritual world. Is that okay? Yeah, let
Hi, Bishop.
Yeah, I'll just answer. Tell the room settled in. The advanced devotees have come down. These are our last life devotees. In junior bodies. So, Mahatattva is the combination of all other 23 elements. Like khichdi. There is rice, there is dal, there is salt or soup. There are so many items. If you mix them all, then a new item is created, that is called Mahatattva. It's a combination of all the elements. So originally there is Mahatattva first, from there 23 elements come out. Is that okay? Mixture of everything is Mahatattva.
Because all other 23 we can feel, sort of means experience, at least ego and mind, and we can understand. And other 20 we can feel, means we can touch or we can see. But this Mahatattva, how we can feel or
No, it's beyond our senses.
Okay.
Because our senses are included in it. It's combination of everything.
Thank you.
Like what is a house?
Yeah, it's a combination of
Ceiling,
yeah,
window,
wood,
floor, wall. If everything in the house you break and put it in a big mixture and mix it, what you'll get is Mahatattva. Every mixture of everything, which you can't understand or feel, what is it? Because you can't see a wall inside, you can't see a window inside that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, Mataji.
प्रभु मैं पूछ सकती हूँ?
हाँ जी।
जी प्रभु आपने बहुत अच्छा बताया प्रभु। इससे थोड़ा हट के ये माने भगवान के माने सर्ग और विसर्ग के बारे में थोड़ा सा बताया। इंग्लिश में ही चलेगा प्रभु।
अच्छा। तो जो सृष्टि बनाया भगवान ने उसको सर्ग कहते हैं। भगवान ने ब्रह्मा जी को बनाया उसको सर्ग कहते हैं। तो ब्रह्मा जी ने जो बनाया उसको विसर्ग कहते हैं, सेकेंडरी क्रिएशन। So Lord Krishna comes as Purusha avatar, Mahavishnu or Karnodakshaya Vishnu, and when he wants creation to happen, then he lies down in causal ocean, and when he breathes out, multiple universes come out of his pores. Then he enters into each universe as Garbhodakshaya Vishnu and fills half with his sweat, lies down on Anushesha, and Brahma is born on the lotus flower coming from his navel. So that's Sarga, birth of Brahma. Then Brahma does tapasya and is empowered by Lord Krishna to do further creation. That is Visarga, secondary creation. He creates the planetary systems and the planets and gives birth to Narad Muni, 4 Kumaras, Rishi Munis, Manu Maharaj, and then they create population. Next question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. My question is, every time when I listen to a class, whether is it given by you or my Siksha Guru or even online, I get inspired. And especially today's morning class, I was very inspired. And in my mind, I had like a whole to-do list of how can I do things better after hearing your class. But the moment I step out, have prashadam, mingle, it just goes away. And even now, I mean, that's the unfortunate situation I'm in right now. I feel inspired. I have this checklist in my mind right now. And after this, we are going to have prashadam and back to square one again. And I don't like this cycle. So what can I do on my end to try to be a little bit more consistent in trying to follow through at least one item in that checklist that I'm making in my mind?
Don't step out. Spiritual energy is like that. It was always enthusing us. But because we are weak, when we come in contact with marginal energy, we get influenced. So we should always be in spiritual energy. Always keep hearing. Hear same class again and again if it motivates you. And always be in association with devotees. And if you have to step out as early as possible, step in. Hear next class. Keep chanting. So if at all there is one thing which you want to pick up from your list, I don't know your list, so I cannot tell which thing. But as Haridas Thakur taught us, chanting minimum 16 rounds Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the most important part. So we should do that. Hearing is more important, we should do that. Okay?
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Mother.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for the class. I have one question, actually two. On Jat Bharat and the King Rahukan. So clearly over there on your class you can see that the king actually had a mercy from a pure devotee. So it's the mercy from pure devotee, like everyone can get it, or like accidentally happen. And that's the first. And then the second, from the conditioned soul, what you can notice actually you get a mercy from such a pure devotee. Thank you.
What is the second question?
The symptom you can see from how, actually you can see if I get a mercy or not from pure devotee.
Okay, so everybody can get mercy. That's why ISKCON has spread so much by Prabhupada's mercy in the form of book, prasadam, harinam, etc. Everybody can get mercy. And how do I know whether I got mercy or not? Sitting in a Bhagavatam class is mercy. Holy name going inside our ears is mercy. Prasadam on our plate is mercy. So any event happening in your life, which is not probable, but it happens and gives you spiritual growth, that's mercy. Right? So this class or this prasadam or this mangalarti, is it giving you spiritual growth? That's mercy. When pain is giving you spiritual growth, that's mercy. Like sunshine is everywhere. Or when it rains, everything is wet. So mercy is everywhere. Right? We have to receive it. We don't have to take an umbrella, cover under the modes to receive it. So if you are in association of devotees, mercy will continue. Okay? Hare Krishna. Without the mercy, holy name we cannot chant. Holy name will not come on our tongue. Without the mercy, we will not have faith for Mahaprasad. Without the mercy, Bhagavatam will not go in our ears. Right? It's only by mercy these things happen. Not just because we have senses. Not just because we have a car and we know the address of Italy and we paid fees, so this happened. It's happened by mercy. Okay. Karunabdi Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
No mercy to the body.
You mentioned, Prabhuji, that the Jadabarde instructed to King Raghugan that the only way for self-realization is to bathe in the dust of his lotus feet of a pure devotee. I just want to understand, is it actually mean touching the lotus feet and put this dust on the whole body, or just follow his instructions and physically serve,
Both.
Yeah, both, but
No, but both.
both. Follow his instructions and serve him. But that
And also dust.
also does. Okay.
Both.
Yeah.
It means both.
Yeah, thanks.
Both are powerful. Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Prabhu, this is a question regarding the mind. Mind gets input from the senses and then the desire is generated. What is the role of chitta here? So all the impression is stored. So the impression is also mind get input from the impression?
Chetana.
Chitta.
Impression, yes. If I see an ice cream, I have a memory that ice cream is good. Based on that memory and the availability of ice cream, I develop a desire to eat this ice cream. So the impression I have is of ice cream already. And now there's availability, input. So the desire is coming. Sometimes I don't see ice cream. There's only impression. The last retreat there was ice cream. This time they have not given. Old impression. So that also comes as a desire.
And it comes through the mind, or mind comes through the picture?
Yeah, mind only. This is all mind only. Yeah. The thoughts, the feelings, the desires, the memory, the imagination, the dreams, is all in the mind. The lust, the anger, the greed, mind is very powerful. Okay. Next question.
So just related to that question. So I've asked this question before, but what is the role of the soul? Like how is soul affected? Is it the soul who's desiring, or is it the mind generating?
Soul is passive, not doing anything. Soul doesn't know what is ice cream. And soul doesn't know that my ice cream will make me happy. The soul has no hope that ice cream will make me happy. The soul is sitting. Mind has taken over our life. And based on the false identity, mind is taking us around. Do this, you'll be happy. Do that, you'll be happy. Eat this, you'll be happy. The soul is passive, sitting. Like somebody comes first time to Mumbai. He wants to see Mumbai, but he doesn't know anything. Then he takes a tourist guide. Now tourist guide takes over his schedule. You go to beach, you will be happy. You have bhel puri, you will be happy. You eat in Taj Hotel, you will be happy. You don't go to ISKCON. Similarly, we came to this material world to enjoy, but we don't know how to enjoy the soul. So it accepted mind as its friend. Now mind has taken over. So mind gives desires based on false ego. If I am a boy, mind will give a different list. If I am a girl, mind will give a different list. If I am a doctor, mind will give a different list. So mind gives this based on the false identity. And intelligence is working hard to fulfill that desire. Soul is just enjoying, sitting. passenger. Once you hire a taxi, what you do? Nothing. Driver will drive, use it as a passenger. The soul is sitting as a passenger. Right?
So in this sequence, it is said that the soul is even higher than the intelligence.
Yeah.
So at what stage it is the soul who is now stronger than the intelligence? Is it still passive or?
Yes, because of the three modes. The soul is conditioned soul. Unnatural, not a natural. Conditioned. Bada. The soul has given up. The soul's neighbor is false ego. So false ego gives false identity and mind and intellect are running the show.
3.27, is that how we connect to it?
What is it?
The actual actions are carried out by the three modes of material.
Right.
It's not the soul which is acting.
Right.
It is actually three modes carrying out.
Because conditioned soul means it's not natural. By the influence of three modes, everything is taken over.
So then the activities of devotional service, are they also?
In the beginning, yes. There's an intellectual conviction and acceptance that I should be doing this. And they help us to uncover the soul from the three modes. And when the soul comes out of three modes, real devotional service begins. So now what we are doing is not devotional service, it's to uncover or purify ourselves. So once we are completely pure, unearthability, then real devotional service begins.
So right now whatever desires we have for devotional service, they are also springing from the mind, because of our past impressions.
As well as a spiritual knowledge that this is a good thing to do for myself. The mind is improving.
And then it's also said that Bhakti is causeless. So how does that, like we got Bhakti because Bhakti is causeless by causeless mercy of pure devotee that we have come in contact with devotional service. So now whatever we are doing, is that still because of that mercy or is it coming from the mind?
Because of that mercy, like if you, momentum, you put force on a wheel, it will keep on going for some time. So by the mercy of devotee, we keep on going. And we keep on serving, we keep adding the mercy. We keep obeying the Guru, we keep adding the mercy. So the wheel continues. We keep charging. Right? So the momentum continues. Without mercy, we can't do anything.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu, this question is, I always face, even I hear these questions from someone also, and this is my same question also. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, 8.16, he said, Brahma Bhuvana Loka Punarvartana Arjuna Mamu Petya Dukantya Punarjanamna Vidate. And second he says, 15.6, Na Dadbhasata Surya Na Sishanko Na Pavaka Yat Gatva Nevatante Tadadam Paramamam. So in both verses he says, if someone comes to me, he never returns back in this material world. He never takes material body, never takes birth. So I want to know how to justify these verses there, because for example, if I go back. So if someone doesn't turn back from the Krishna Dham, how did I come in the first instance? So if I use my free will at that time when I came back first time, so when I go back, I will still have the free will, because Krishna never takes free will back, because out of 5 things we have only one thing, free will in hand. Otherwise we will robot our other thing. So when we go back this time, what will happen to our free will? Means we will have the free will. So will it happen that we will not use that free will to come back? We will have a thing to come back here. And second thing, Krishna says, if someone come to my dham, that is Paramam. So what is Krishna love? Is it all Vaikuntha comes there, or if we go somewhere else we can turn back? So what is Krishna talking about? He's a my dham. So I want to know that. So where we never turn back. Thank you.
Well, we go back, we don't then come down again because we have Shikha. Krishna will hold it. That's why I keep Shikha. Then what will Krishna hold? So we still have free will. But Krishna is promising that only once this has happened, again it will not happen. Once bitten, twice shy. Once bitten, twice shy. In India they say if you drink hot milk and your tongue gets burnt, the next time lassi also be careful. It's fine. So yeah, the probability always exists, but the possibility is very less. Sorry, the possibility always exists, but the probability is very less that will come back again. The possibility exists because the free will exists. But the probability is very less.
So probability means is only because if we decide, then we can come back. I understand. Krishna will not stop us there. But how did justify just Krishna? Because Krishna said never come back.
Yeah, so it will never happen.
Never happen. That's what I say. That's what I want to know.
It's like this. Suppose I come to your house.
Yes.
Will you slap me? The possibility exists because you have a hand and I have a cheek. But the probability is almost zero.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you. And another question.
My dham.
My
My
dham.
dham is the whole spiritual world.
Whole spiritual. Even Vishnu Lok or somewhere, anywhere.
Whose it is? If it is not mine, I mean Krishna, then whose it is? Ravana. Whose dham it is? My dham. My means?
The whole spiritual world is there.
Krishna. When Krishna is my dham, which is his dham, which is not his dham? All is his dham.
Yeah. Thank you, Baba. Thank you. You finally give me answer. I'm satisfied.
Okay. I'm satisfied that you are satisfied. He had a
Prabhuji, once we see King Dogon was such a fully enveloped in false ego, ignorance, pride, right? And suddenly when Jad Bharat tells him about the soul thing, he switches his position from that point to a reverse, like it's a reverse switch which happens to him, right? So this switch is possible, is very difficult because when we, even for ourselves as well, when we are full with pride, if someone tells us something which is useful for us, we generally discard the person, right? Immediately our mind tells, no, don't associate with this person. He's telling the right thing, but still because of our ego we do that. So and taking this example when Vamandev and Bali Maharaj also, Bali Maharaj immediately surrendered. Varahadev, Hiranyakashipu didn't surrender and he was killed. So why does this, when Lord appears, obviously it's Lord's pastimes and he wants to take lessons, for us to take lessons, but why does he treat one in a different way and the other in a different? And second is, what is the person's who is preaching or who is informing, what is the potency of his sadhana is really very important for that switch to happen, or is it just as you said, the mercy is really important. So those, if you can help me understand those two things. Thank you.
Well, why Krishna treats one in this way and one in this way? There is no answer to why for Krishna. It's his wish. There is a meaning of Krishna is independent. Why he wears peacock feather? Why not pigeon feather? Why he wears yellow dhoti? Why not pink dhoti? Why he came in Mathura? Why not in Perth? You ask him, you say, very mercy. My wish. At the same time, yesterday morning I explained about wet and dry grass. So some catch the mercy because they are dry. Some take time because they are wet with passion and ignorance. And as far as speech of a preacher or a devotee is concerned, yes, purity is very important. Purity and walking in stock is very important for one's speech or lecture to have that impact, to transform the hearts of people. So there is no purity and no exemplariness, then he is a pretender. And a pretender's class or speech, however good it is, will have no effect on the heart of the audience. So purity is very important. Purity is the force. Okay? Yes, Prabhu.
From what I understood so far and what the classes have taken over, so soul comes to this world. Soul comes to this world because we have free will to come in. And as we said, as Prabhuji asked me to answer the question, everything is bodily desire because soul just sits here. But when we first time come in, it's our desire, it's our free will to come to this material world. And as soon as we enter, soul forgets about everything. And that rest of the time we try to find the way back. So the original purpose was to come and enjoy, but to come to this world is a free will, and we have our own desire as a soul. But as soon as we enter, soul doesn't remember anything. So what's the purpose of coming here? Because we just rest of the life we're fulfilling the bodily desire, and soul doesn't even know what the purpose was. So it's trying to understand the cycle, why it happens.
Yeah, keep wondering.
The rest of the whole life will go just wondering.
Yeah, so better go back.
That's what I'm trying to find out, Prabhu. How? Because it takes so many lifetimes.
How? That's an important question.
So many lifetimes, as we heard, it doesn't go. Like coming here is very easy. Going back is so hard.
So the soul came back, came down, misusing the free will to enjoy separately from Krishna. But very soon we realized it didn't work out. Sooner the better. It didn't work out. So we go back. How we go back? By continuing the sadhana bhakti, by practicing devotional service.
But as we explained, Prabhuji, what I was trying to say in similar manner is that whatever we do, it's bodily. Soul just sits at the back and passively just enjoys, not enjoys, but just watches what we're doing. So how does soul acts on that purpose, that okay, my purpose is to go back because the rest of the things is my body?
No, so now mind and intelligence have taken over.
Yeah.
So we direct the mind and intelligence in the right path to exit this body. Just
Soul
like
does that?
Yeah. No, just like staircase, they go up or down. Both. So you came down staircase, same staircase you used to go up. So same body which is entangling us here, same body can help us to liberate. If you are in the forest, barefoot, and a thorn enters your feet and gives pain, what will you do? You take another thorn, and the second thorn remove the first thorn. And after that throw the both thorns. You will not say, first thorn gave pain, not good. Second thorn, my friend, keep it in the pocket. Throw both the thorns. So use this body to exit the body. Use the same mind and intelligence which are entangling us. So instead of going to cinema, you come to retreat. Instead of going for restaurant, you go to temple. Instead of watching television, you chant Hare Krishna. Hear Bhagavatam. Same body, same mind, same intelligence, same eye, same ear, same nose, same thorn. You use to remove the thorn. Same body you remove to exit the body. Right? So we use our mind and intelligence in the right direction. Right? Okay? Yeah, clap nicely.